Alright folks, man, I haven't done a shop video in a really long time. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just using my phone, so it's gonna be a lot of raw and edited. So I'm gonna just try to cut quick to it, and as I work on the channel, work in my shop, kind of show you what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out here and look at a project that came to me under special circumstances last week. And I'm really excited about this one. So let's take a look at what's going on. All right. You have F250, 79, 335 series engine, Ford 400. So I pulled the flat battery out of it already. So let's just do a quick walk around, show you what's going on here. This truck has a story and a history, and I think it's going to stay with me through a fairly extensive rejuvenation, and it's going to take a while. They're not inexpensive to do, even for me working out of my little space. It's not an inexpensive undertaking. And this fella doesn't exactly have money falling out his ass, but he's in a position now he wants to take and look at this and start the process. And the process begins with that. The whole concept behind this truck right now, this stage of the process, we're going to get it where it starts, moves forward, moves backward, sort of stops on its own, and shuts off. Looking around it, this is actually the worst section of the floor. So with that, and you can see the front cab mounts are probably a little bit fried, because what I'm looking at is this line right here. It's fairly true, but it's a wider gap here than at the bottom, which means the whole truck is leaning to the front. So those front cab mounts are probably shot as well. It's all stuff you can pick up inexpensively. I was concerned there'd be a full floor involved, but there's not. You know, it's all in pretty fair shape. So that's what we're looking at right now. And it was discussed as a rebuild initially, and I don't think it's going to take a rebuild. I think it's going to need cap and rotor cleaned up, and I'm just going to clean it up. I'm going to pull the plugs and run oil down each plug, and if you look, maybe I can get it to do what I want. There. If I caught it, you just barely saw it. The motor's free. It turns. I'm going to blow out the air cleaner real well, unless there's perforations or whatnot inside of it that I got to be concerned about stuff getting in. I'm just going to blow it out and utilize it for now for the opening operations. Clutch pedal's all the way to the floor, so we'll have to chase that issue down. And then I will turn it by hand, work the oil into the cylinders so we don't have any scarring or anything horrible upon startup. Oil's good for sitting. This engine set unstarted for 3-ish years. This engine got put in it a little over right around 20 years ago. We're just gonna say that right around 20 years ago it got put in. Closer to 25, by a very astute mechanic, someone I know by reputation. So it's a reman engine. I'm not worried about it. The hinges are good. None of this is rotted out. It's not rotted out up there. The hinges need oiled, but you don't have any buckling in the hood. I will oil the hinges soon. Keep it that way because the hood's in usable condition. So anyhow, I was explaining, it came to me under special circumstances. This is a schoolmate that he graduated a year behind me. And the provenance of this particular vehicle, school was not a cheery place for me. I did not have a good high school career in any form of the conversation. The fellow that owned this back in the 90s, he had passed away. And I was older brother to schoolmate Nathan that I'm working on this truck for now. It wandered around for a little while, then it wound up in Nate's hands, and he's had it since. So that's the mission right now. Is he's got a good budget. If I had to pull the engine, break it down, send it off for machine work, ring it, gaskets, bearings, all that, and just go up from there. Do basically everything except punching cylinders and replacing the rotating mass. He's got a good budget for that. I don't think we need to even pull the engine out of the hole. If there's a leak, then we'll pull and gasket. If we do more, we'll yank the drivetrain, clean up the engine bay, and paint it. But we'll see. We're going to work our way through the process slowly, and I want to carry you guys with me on that. This is perhaps the first vehicle that I have some significant connection to. They've been able to start this process. Like I said, we're gonna work along the process slowly. Might take a couple years to do. Who cares? We're gonna work our way through it versus just to get it to fire. Then we're gonna get it to where it will move forward and backward under its own power. Then we can go from there. So stay tuned, hang out, and even on a simple, small basis, I'm back. And I'm going to keep following through with videos. So y'all take care, and we'll see you soon.